Mickey, I don't know about your portfolio, but my portfolio is looking pretty good right now after the Trump presidency. It seems like the market has gone all in on the president-elect, fulfilling the promises he made in the election. What's your take on that?
The market has really priced a lot in, and there's not a lot of room for error. We've talked about before how with technology, we get a lot of overreactions both up and down. And it seems like we're getting a really big overreaction in some ways right now. 2 weeks ago, we were about to break below 18,000 on the Dow, which is a huge number. Now we're at all-time highs. So there's a lot of volatility. It's straight up right now, but there is a lot of stuff that's priced in due to things that Donald Trump has said.
So I guess walk me through this. In order for the stocks to sort of maintain the values that they are pricing themselves at now, what would have to happen in a Trump presidency, at least in general terms, to keep it that way?
Well, he's talked a lot about spending money on infrastructure, which would be great for a lot of, material companies, the Caterpillars of the world, and they've had a big run. He's talked about letting companies bring cash back, one time. But when that's happened before, all it accomplished was a lot of stock buybacks. So it'll be interesting to see if it really has any effect on the economy. The financial stocks have had a nice run. A lot of that's to do with, Fed will have to raise rates to keep things going because obviously we can't keep rates down this low with all the spending that's going to be coming.
So I guess the question is for investors right now seeing this run up on stocks, seeing what basically is an all-in gamble on a successful Trump presidency, what would you tell investors?
The trend's still going higher. So I've made no changes. I talked to clients the night of the election when it looked like the market was going to be really low and said, hey, let's watch the market the next day before we make any decisions. And you just have to keep going with the trend. There's no saying the trend is your friend, and it truly is. And right now, the market's going up, and who knows when it's going to change.
So it's still kind of a wait and see. Everybody hold tight, and we'll see what happens. Probably not for at least for another couple of weeks when the Feds signal that they might raise rates, right?
We have the Fed meeting in December, and it's pretty much a given they're going to raise rates. They're all coming out and saying that they're in favor of that. And it'll be the language that they talk about moving forward. We also, usually get the Christmas rally, a lot of funds that want to show good stocks on their books. So I don't expect to see much downside here to the end of the year. I think we're going to get this little rally, and which is kind of what we talked about before, that we could get a little rally into the end of the year. Next year is going to be really interesting. And again, new president wants to spend a lot of money, which is great, but he wants to lower taxes. So where's he going to get that money, and what's it going to cause in the economy? It's going to be really the big question moving forward.
Well, it certainly was an interesting week on top of yet another interesting week. We won't do this video during the Thanksgiving holidays, so let me say happy Thanksgiving to you, Mickey, and to you and your family, and we'll catch up in the first part of December.
Thank you, David. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and to everyone out there, happy Thanksgiving. And even though we're not doing the video, you can always email me with any questions about your portfolio, the market in general. It's Mickey at Envestim, ENVESTIM.com, and it's Mickey, MICKEY. You can follow us on Facebook at Envestim and on Twitter at Investim1.